Hello, welcome. Adjust my mic there. Hello, welcome. This is Ryan of Happy Healthy Vegan coming to you with my regular Friday live stream, released for me 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, or at least just Pacific Time. I've given up on standard versus daylight savings time. Pacific Time is the time we gather and discuss any and all things vegan, and I'm glad to have at least one fantastic moderator here, Uncle's in. We'll see if Peter's going to be able to make it tonight. I always feel great when I have one of my friends slash moderators. Uncle's actually really truly an uncle, so he's actually a relative here to bring cheer and joy to the live stream and also just protect us from would-be bad doers. So welcome everyone. Yeah, if you're vegan, you know where to come. I see a lot of the regulars starting to roll in right now, just getting started. We talk about any and all things vegan, and we do veer off on other topics later on. But yeah, we talk about all things that you might be interested if you're vegan or vegan curious. So if you're not vegan and you're here to learn, you're welcome to be here. You know, we're not going to bash you because you're not cool or something like that. We're not those kinds of those are more of a rare type, a really super judgmentally kind of vegan. We're evidence-based and we're fun, so come and just chill with us for good vibes. So if you're not vegan, come and learn. If you're not vegan and you're not here to learn and you're here because you're a bigot, first of all, I feel sorry for you, but if you want to try to state why you think veganism sucks or why I should quit or why I'm going to grow a third head or how it's abuse or whatever nonsense you want to throw at me, throw it at me. And as long as you can stay evidence-based and focused on what we're talking about rather than just throwing poop at me, we might be able to have a little conversation. So anyway, welcome everyone. Glad we're all here. Weird Friday for me. You should go to the gyms, to a gym on Friday. Now I have two I go between, and I went to neither today. I've been working on a song hardcore. It didn't even exist this time last week. It started Saturday. I just went crazy Saturday and Sunday. Got vocals down a few days ago, and today I made my first mix of the song. I don't think I've ever gone from zero to having mix one of a song down. So I've been cracking out. So when I woke up this morning, I had every intention on going. And then I realized, I'm going to my mom's tomorrow. If I go to the gym today, I won't get any work done for 2 days maybe. And I'm so close to getting the first mix of the song done. So I decided to stay home and get that accomplished. My ears are not happy right now. I think I need to back off for a few days anyway. But at least I'm over the hump, got a mix in, and it's all rocking. So yes, late model, we are in daylight savings time now, but not every state is in daylight savings time. So I just say Pacific time and people can figure it out. And I know I didn't hear about this story you're talking about. A guy in Oregon who's trying to stop all animal agriculture. It's an initiative in the news, Oregon IP 28 Peace Act. So it's actually a legislation, or not enacted, but trying to enact legislation. I'm serious. I'm curious what his process is. Is he a representative in Hawaii too? Late model, yeah, they don't follow it either. But same side. But yeah, is he a elected person and he's trying to get it through one of the houses, or what? Or is just trying to get a senator or representative to push it through or be cool to it? So yeah, let me know about that. That's interesting. That's really cool. It'll probably fail, unfortunately. I don't want to be a naysayer or anything like that. I'm just a realist. I don't want it to, but I like to see the text of it, obs. But there's a big New York Times article about it. It's in the news quite a bit. Yeah, I think it's great to bring attention to issues involving animal rights. So as long as it doesn't as long as the articles about this story don't paint us as wacky, zany people or anything, represent us as reasonable people with very reasonable moral beliefs, that apply equally to animals and humans. I think it's good to get that out there, as opposed to people seeing just crazy whack job vegans on TikTok or YouTube saying crazy stuff. So if we can present ourselves professionally and rationally and cogently in the media, I think that's a big win. Yeah, it's out of reach, but nice sentiment though. Yeah, so I'd like to see the text about that. How would that happen? If someone asked me, would you like to ban all agriculture? I'd say yeah, of course, but how? What's the law or process? I want to see the text about it, just to see step by step. They say the devil's in the details. I want to see the details of how something like that happened. It's really hard to go from a concept that sounds good to actually a procedure to put that into place. So I'd love to take a look at that. It might be an election polarization tool, unfortunately. Oh, gosh. Yeah, I can see. Oh, that's some kind of leftist thing, right? You know, if only lefties and commies go vegan, you know, or whatever, you know, they're going to do this, something like that, you know. Hope not. Everything gets politicized these days, you know. It's unfortunate. Anyway, hey, Heidi's here, and Nikki Tofu Princess is here. What is up, guys? I see we have way more people than just the 3 or 4 I'm chatting with. Say hello if you're lurking right now. Make it warm and friendly here for us all to like jump in and chat. So yeah, if you're not sure when I do live streams, if you're watching live right now, this is when I do it. Just subtract 7 minutes from where we're at right now. Top of the hour, 7 minutes ago. That's when I start. That's when I do my live streams every Friday. Or if you're in Asia or Australia, this is technically Saturday, right? Anyway, yeah. So anyway, yeah. If you're watching after the fact, you can come and watch one of these live streams sometime. Hopefully, I know that this hour and day doesn't work out for everyone. So maybe next week I'll do a midweek live stream, unless Peter sends me some juicy story again to you know, some whack job dude or gal, usually a dude, you know, saying complete nonsense about veganism or whatever. So unless that, maybe I'll do a midweek live stream next week to change things up. I said I was going to do more, and I've only done one, so I should do some more. What's that, babe? Yeah, one is more than none. I probably did none last year, so I want to do more. So I'll try to get a second one next week, unless some juicy story falls on my lap. So, oh, cool. We got a few more people here. Hey, David's vegan. I thought I saw another. And Heidi popped up. Let me see what else. So yeah, I did get that video out earlier this week about Ken Berry, how turns out that high cholesterol is totally awesome for you, and that was Peter's find there. So of course I couldn't resist that. I wonder if Mike the Vegan will respond to that too. But anyway, you'll try to come midweek, Heidi. Cool. I can't say when for sure. Maybe like, you know, Monday, Tuesday, something like that. Wednesday, somewhere in there. I'll try to aim for Tuesday. That gives the most days between the Friday live streams. So it'll be fresh. It won't be, oh, he just did one a day or two ago. So I'll see what I can do. Like I said, unless, you know, Peter or someone finds me a juicy story. Uncle F, the billionaire tax will be on the November ballot here in California. Good idea? Or, I mean, I haven't read the text yet or anything like that, but sounds like a good idea. And I can't imagine it being written in a way that is bad or sucks or works out horribly for us or something like that. I'll take a look at it. But, yeah, I mean, yeah, if you're a billionaire, you have the money to pay your taxes. If you're broke like us, you don't have the money to pay your taxes. I mean, you do, but you know, it takes a bite out of like, oh, I guess I won't upgrade my computer or phone or get my plumbing fixed or whatever. Yeah, I'm with you, Spooky Veg. I tax the billionaires. I mean, if you're a billionaire, pay your taxes. That means you're doing awesome. You're not like a millionaire or a 10 millionaire or a 100 millionaire. You're a freaking billionaire. Like, gladly pay your taxes. If that's what the price is to like thrive in California or the United States, pay it. You'll still be fine. You still have enough generational wealth to last like 100 generations. Just be chill, you know. Hey, AJ, welcome, AJ. After 2 weeks of straight hot, it got a little rain today. Yeah, I saw there's a low pressure system working in like Northern Cal, Oregon, something like that, and it's making us. You'd love it. You'd love the weather right now, late model. We're experiencing. I love to call the June gloom. You know what I'm talking about, Uncle? Right? You wake up, it's gorgeously gray, and you know, it's just the coastal influence. It feels lovely. It's like Mendo in Southern California, but without all the cliffs and way more people. But yeah, I'm crossing my fingers. The June gloom will last a little bit longer. Sometimes it lasts into July, and we affectionately call it July gloom. It starts off with May gray, June gloom, and sometime in July is when it transitions away. But I saw there's a few low pressure systems up in the Pacific Northwest, keeping that kind of pattern in place for us. Yeah, but Mendo's cooler. Yeah, it'll be June gloom and a high of like 73 here, 75 or something like that. Yeah, Mendo will be 56 or something like that. It's cooler, but it's still beautiful. You walk out or you wake up, the gorgeous morning overcast. I love it, you know? To put in how big of a number a billion is, AJ says it takes 30 whole years to count to 1 billion. That's how big of a number it is. These numbers are almost incomprehensible. You know, what is like just 100 million sounds like a lot. It is, but like 10 times that, you know? Anyway, hey, that's cool. It's 72 and sunny here yesterday. That sounds perfect. That sounds like paradise there to me. 72, sunny, with a cloudy morning. What's that, spooky veg head? If you were a billionaire, you would get one of those fancy heirloom bean subscriptions and you would pay your taxes. Hey, you sound like you'd be a reasonable billionaire. If anyone becomes a billionaire, I hope it's you. Probably none of us, right? Not all of us are on that track to be like, you know, found a public company, take it public, and make a ton of money. So anyway, Heidi says it's going to be 100 degrees next Thursday. Wow, shoot, that sucks. Yeah, I'm waiting. I know it's inevitable that, you know, it's going to start warming up here on the West Coast, but I'll take this pattern. It breaks sometimes. It's usually a normal pattern for us here. Unlike, God, I feel sorry for what's happening in Europe. France sounds horrible. Hotter in France, in some parts of France, than it is in like Phoenix, Arizona, like over 105, 108 degrees. Like, and their buildings are not built for that kind of like weather. You know, they're usually, they want to keep the heat in, not like trap it in. So I heard it's really, really, really horrible out there. So anyone watching in Europe and particularly France, I'm feeling for you, and hopefully things have gotten better. I don't know. Hopefully so. Yeah, hard part here is AC isn't common. Yeah, same with a lot of parts in Europe there. They're just usually not warm enough. And traditionally along the coast here in California, there's not been a lot of infrastructure of air conditioning built in. But I saw the writing on the wall back in like 2008 or whatever, or 10, when we got the ones put in here originally. I mean, you know, like we live in a warm, for a coastal town, a fairly warm one. The climate's only getting warmer. And I don't like the heat. And it's dangerous to operate all this gear in here with, you know, it'll overheat and die. It'll break things. And some of the stuff you don't want to break, like you don't want anything to break, like your computer or outboard gear and stuff like that. So yeah, got to get the AC. Hey, VLAM's here. Awesome. And Luciano is here. Awesome. People are rolling in. All right, so what else we guys talking about? Oh yeah, spooky veghead. I heard about that giant big earthquake in Venezuela. So sad. Let's see, AJ, it's going to be 94 next Thursday. Yikes. Well, appreciate the 72 degree or 73 degree day you had today. It sounds like you did, huh? It sounds perfect. Yeah, 94, not as perfect. Hey, Chris Murphy, what's up? VLAM, this heat wave is telling us collapse is coming sooner than expected. Hopefully it's not saying that, but it's showing that the global weirding that was predicted decades ago to happen is actually real. And then there's further things that were predicted that should probably happen later. But that's the first thing. Just weird things like this, like early heat waves, and ones that just last longer. Often heat waves that just last a day or two and move on. Here they linger. The pressure just gets stuck and it just bakes and cooks. These are the kinds of things that were predicted. But yeah, it could be a sign, V, of worse. Things are going to get worse and sooner. Speaking of heat, you said your bestie, your late model said bestie's studio gets warm because of the gear. Yeah, I mean, I figured out probably the worst culprits in my studio here are these two old Apple Thunderbolt displays, like from their technologies from like 2010. I think they discontinued making them in 2017. And I checked into if I were to update to a new monitor, it'd be like way more efficient, way cooler. But yeah, these things are little toasters. I can feel them. They're LED. You know, they're not like those old CRT, those ones that have like a tube like a TV. They're not like that. They're flat, you know, but they're warm little suckers. So yeah, I got two of them so that they're both pumping out heat. I was thinking about upgrading one of them, so I at least have one modern monitor. But man, the Apple monitors are expensive, so I don't know what to do. So I just don't do anything. But you keep the house at 70 all summer long. Thank you, Central AC. Yeah, what do I have my AC set here? 72 for this room. I could go lower. In fact, I probably could. It says it's 73 outside right now. So, I don't know. Let's see. What uncle? You got a small portable air conditioner for the back of the house, so the 1 week it gets hot, you'll be ready. It really, yeah, it rarely gets hot. Uncle lives in a very good place, where along the coast, and it stays cool there. I tell you, it'll be and during a heat wave, it'll be 93 here. And then I look at where Uncle's living at. Oh man, he's lucky. It's 75 or something like that. So, but yeah, it does. Sometimes that doesn't protect you. Sometimes the heat wave's just so gnarly, it'll get everyone. Hey, Chris Murphy, what is up? Let's see, I'm just reading your comments there. Wow, Luciano, you just heard a gunshot right now? Well, hopefully it wasn't a gunshot. It was, since we're getting close to the 4th of July, it probably could have been a, some kind of explosive. I don't want to call it a firework. It's a firework. It probably a firework or an M80 or some kind of explosive thing, most likely. Yeah, with you, late model. Angie and I are not big fans of the heat. In winter, your house is never above 62 to 64 anytime. That's kind of what our house is here normally in the wintertime. That's kind of without any heat or anything like that. It's just kind of what our house averages out as typically. So yeah, you guys have the same indoor climate as we got, but yeah, we're not usually heating it up. We only turn the heater on in the winter when it's really, really cold. For us, really cold is we wake up and the living room's 55 or something like that. It's a little too cold for us. Maybe you guys can handle that. Yeah, Uncle, marine layer. That's what it's called. The June gloom. It's just a colloquial term for meteorologists call a marine layer. Just as the word sounds like. It's marine. It's clouds that come in off the coast, marine, and it's a layer of clouds. It extends inland various degrees. It could be various thicknesses and stuff like that, but it's a thing that keeps us cool in the morning. It typically burns off in the afternoon. It's a really beautiful pattern. I think it's lovely. It's one of the advantages of living near the coast, but I hate it when heat waves happen that just destroy the marine layer. So it's sunny and hot all the time. It's like in a heat wave, that's when you really wish the marine layer were there to help protect, with its coolness, at least in the mornings. So what's that VLAN? You have 2 ACs, air conditioners in your 300 square foot home, but a ceiling fan is enough for most nights. Oh yeah, you live in a warmer area too, huh? A lower latitude. So I can see why 2 ACs might be necessary. 2 different portable ones, right? Not 2 central ACs, but 2 blowers. Because yeah, you kind of need one in different rooms. If you have one on, say in your where you sleep at, if that's far away from your living room or kitchen, it can get hot. And yeah, unfortunately for us, we don't have one in our kitchen. So during heat waves, it kind of sucks to make food. It just doesn't, the coolness just doesn't make its way in there. AJ, you're a fanatic. Yeah, fans everywhere. Hey, you're prepared, right? Prepared for summer. It's summer now. Yeah, last Friday was our last spring live stream, so it is officially summer now as of last weekend. That's what I was doing on Sunday, Father's Day / summer solstice. I was in this room doing what exactly I was doing on Saturday. It was working on music hardcore. In fact, the last real time I went out was, remember last Friday? You guys were really super cool, super generous with your super chat tips. And I was telling you, Angie and I hadn't gone out on a nighttime date, to a restaurant in probably 2 months. Anyway, we went out because it's so bright. The summer solstice was 2 days away. So Friday after the live stream is over, just walked down to our vegan Italian restaurant, got there, live stream's over at 8. We probably got to the restaurant, maybe, chilled here for a few minutes, got ready, maybe changed my clothes a little bit, and then walked down, got there maybe at 8:30 and, or so. They close at 10. But anyway, yeah, it was fun. So thank you guys. Yeah, we had a fantastic meal. And we always get the same food. We change the wine we pair with it often, but I got the same food. I always get their Caesar salad and the margarita pizza. All vegan. It's a vegan restaurant called Mangio Fogli in Long Beach, not sponsored, but I'd love, I don't think they have a budget for sponsorship deal. I'm just promoting them because I love them. You guys see, I get people wanting me to sponsor stuff all the time. I get emails all the time, every day. And I hate it. I hate being insincere, but I love these guys. I think the owner is really cool. I like his vision for the restaurant. A Campania, that's a region in Italy, Campania, where Naples is. It has Naples style pizza, vegan. It's just so amazing. All the wines there are from Campania. It just pairs so beautifully. So anyway, yeah. So if you're ever in Long Beach, check out the restaurant Mangia Fogli. Yeah, I saw what Angie put up about it. Yeah, we had a fun time because we haven't been there in so long. I just felt like it was new. We were just going, wow, this is really good. Like, Paul, the chef, was there making food that night. I think other times he was not there. He was there. Everything's always tight and perfect when he's there. It was amazing. So we had a great time. So thanks to you guys. Yeah, I did a live stream, walked down to our favorite vegan Italian place, and had a lovely night. Then I've been in here all week working. Didn't even go to the gym. I did go on an evening run Wednesday night, like at 6 p.m. When the sun's getting lower. Took Angie out. That was my big exercise for the week. So I'm kind of I need to step it back up next week. So anyway, let's see, what else you guys talking about? Oh yeah, we don't have any ceiling fans anymore, except in our bedroom, and I don't like to turn that on. It kind of seems to kick up dust and I get allergic, so it doesn't go on too often. Maybe I just got to keep it clean. Wicked Agenda's here now. Awesome. Or Carmichael / Wicked Agenda. Let's see. But yeah, it was really wonderful. Yeah, AJ and Sarah and everyone. So thanks for your super chat tips last Friday's live stream. Yeah, we immediately went out and enjoyed ourselves at our favorite restaurant. Well, that sounds like a vegan restaurant, huh? Heidi, asking Carmichael if he's ever been to Life Alive in Boston. They have tofu skewers with peanut sauce for summer, super yummy and cheaper than usual dishes. That sounds cool. Do they have like spring rolls? That's really refreshing in the summertime. Okay, you have a method to deal with the ceiling fans. On late models, they use a pillowcase. So you go up and rub it with the pillowcase, scoop up the dust from the ceiling fan and blades, then shake it outside. That sounds handy. Does it? Yeah, I guess I'm pretty sure that when you do that though, it kicks up stuff still in the air. I guess I should just turn on the air purifier because I do have one in that room. It's not a purifier. It's a lame one. It sounds really technical. I got some old piece of tech from like 15, 20 years ago, but it does seem to suck particles out of the air. But I'll do that. Yeah, I should get that cleaned up for summer now that, even though we're having some nice weather right now, it ain't going to last all summer. You can bet on that. It works great. It's all the dust. Do you moisten the pillowcase at all so the dust attaches to the pillowcase better? Just curious. I want to have the good technique down. Carmichael, what? You're saying goodbye to a car that you've been driving for about 12 years? Been a family car since 2007. Oh, what's up? Is it just at the end of its life, or you have a new one that you're going to get to replace it? Okay, so you do clean the ceiling bands with no moisture. Okay, well, I'll just be really hardcore to try to get it all without kicking it all around. Because that is one of the drawbacks to ceiling fans, is they accumulate dust, and if you just don't clean it and you turn it on, it's just going to kick it all up. And if you're allergic to dust or sensitive to dust, yeah, it's not fun. Okay, so they don't have spring rolls there, but they have other smaller bite-sized snacks like falafel with lemon tahini. Yeah, there used to be a place that we could walk to. I remember one time we went there a long time ago with all these like influencers. It was a place down here in Long Beach, not too far from Mangio Fogli. It was a Thai restaurant. And I can't remember if it was vegan or had a lot of vegan options. I remember one time we went there with like, gosh, I don't know if any of these people are even vegan anymore, like Bonnie Rebecca and Mr. and Mrs. Vegan. I guess they had brought Bonnie and her boyfriend Tim, whatever, out and met him down there. But I remember they had really good fresh spring rolls. I'm saying that's really tasty in summer. If you find a Thai restaurant with spring rolls, dip it in that little like peanut butter base sauce or whatever. That is the essence of like cool summer food. Okay, so the car still has a lot of years to it technically, only 189,000 miles to it, but it comes up with too many issues, and you've got a newer car to replace it. Good. Hey, Peter's here. What's up, Peter? All right, we got Uncle and Peter. I don't think we're going to get messed with tonight, but we'll see, but I'm glad we have two moderators here. Do you think it should be illegal to give out dangerous false health information that could put people in health or death? It doesn't really matter what I think. People need to legislate, pass some legislation, because like that last video I made, about Ken Berry, that's some dangerous stuff, If he's wrong, and we have every reason to believe what he's saying is wrong, that high cholesterol is totally awesome. The higher, the better. Party on with your cholesterol. If that's false, and like I said, every indication, like decades of clinical trials, just this mountain of science saying that's what the case is. Every health organization says the same thing. Organizations of cardiologists are saying the same thing. There's no organizations I could find that are supporting what he's saying. Just shirtless guys in the jungle. So if all these like shirtless conspiracy theorists are wrong and people follow their advice, it's immoral because you're giving them advice that's almost certainly horribly bad for their long-term health. Yeah, they're probably not going to drop dead with heart disease in 5 years and be able to sue these guys because, heart disease, as we know, it's a long-term process. It takes decades. So these guys will be gone. They've moved on to a new grift or something else. But unfortunately, the advice that they gave to people, these people hopefully, maybe they'll learn, but if they don't, they'll just keep doing it forever. Yeah, my cholesterol is 500. That's what I learned 10 years ago on the internet. It must be true, So yeah, they could be getting some pretty bad advice. And let's see, there's not a lot of cars, late model you drive into high mileage except for maybe a Toyota. That's what I got now, so we'll see how that goes, Mine is now, it's going to be 8 years old this year, but it has under 50,000 miles. It's in good shape. I've been, keeping all the maintenance up, and so far it's been super. It's probably in my adult life the most problem-free car I've had ever. Probably my whole life, the most problem-free car I ever had. In the 90s, I did have a hand-me-down, I guess, Toyota when I was in college. I got from my parents. That was a really reliable car too, and until the day it got stolen when I was living in Los Angeles. I think it's probably because we had a friend come over and we took him out to dinner, and we came back and he probably didn't lock the car properly. It wasn't back in the day. You just hit a button and all the doors close. You have to make sure everyone locks it right. He didn't, and woke up the next day and there was no car. So that sucked. Then I had some kind of Mazda after that. It was not as good, not as reliable. But anyway, yeah, hopefully this Toyota will keep on rocking for a long time, because I don't want to replace it anytime soon. It's super reliable. I love it. It's plug-in hybrid, like I tell you, perfect. So it suits my daily needs. Rarely do I need to turn on the gas engine. It's 30 or 28 mile range is perfect for most of my everyday life. I buy gas typically once every 2 or 3 months. I'll probably buy some soon again, but I haven't bought any for a few months, which is nice because I see how high gas prices are. What's up, Peter? Do I see what that raw guy said? Canola oil is super bad for you and going to make you fat. I mean, he said potatoes are going to make you fat. He probably thinks steamed broccoli is going to make you fat. The only thing he thinks ain't going to make you fat and make you healthy is raw fruit and drinking his juice, right? And he'll teach you for $297 an hour or $3,000 for a month to tell you how to eat bananas and drink juice. So listen to him. Everything makes you fat. Potatoes, yeah. I'm so horribly fat with my BMI of like 23.5 or something like that. I'm just, it's horrible, all the rice and potatoes, all the horrible starches and grains I'm eating. He says it makes you fat and makes you unhealthy. I ask people like that, how long does that take to kick in? Like how many decades do I need to be eating starches and potatoes to get obese and this horrible stuff to start happening? Because it ain't happening. Oh, I see you guys, Nikki and Heidi, talking about, that Hare Krishna Festival of the Chariots. I know what those are. I know they do them out of the Venice Beach one here in LA. They go and have their festival. I've never seen it. It sounds really cool. And do they usually have free food associated with that? If so, definitely go. That's kind of what turned me on originally to becoming vegetarian and later vegan, was encountering Hare Krishnas handing out delicious plant-based food a long time ago in the 90s. So I always have a soft spot for Hare Krishnas. And I've been to many of their temples, not for necessarily ceremonies, but to eat. I went to temples that had restaurants associated with them. And always had good times for the most part. No restaurant is perfect. Okay, Peter, speaking of plugging in, you ride an electric bike, you plug it into your apartment, and you don't pay anything except for maintenance on the bike. When you plug it in your apartment, is it to your electricity that you're billed for and responsible for, or is it like going to the apartment's electricity? That'd be cool if you don't have to pay for any electricity. But, I find it doesn't really... because I charge in the middle of the night and when the rates are cheaper. I have that kind of plan. Not everyone has it automatically, called time of use service plan. But anyway, I just charge in the middle of the night, and I haven't really noticed a difference on my electricity bill, to be honest. So I'm glad, I'm lucky. Let's see, late model. You have an e-bike? I didn't remember that. But you can't ride all the way to visit your sister friends on the trek. Oh man, you're brave. I tell you, I've stopped riding bicycles on highways, for the reasons I've talked about. People just drive too crazy now. So I walk. Like today, I was working on music, but I had to go to the post office. I sold a book. Happy How to Vegan cookbook back there. Sold a book and took it down to the post office. Go on foot. I'm not gonna ride my bike. It's fine going on foot. But yeah, I'm totally not gonna ride a bike anytime soon until maybe if I live somewhere where I live close to like a protected area where only like pedestrians and bikes are allowed. I just don't trust drivers anymore. I just have zero trust. Just like today when I'm walking to the post office, I need to cross a major street, and I'm sitting there waiting for my turn for the green light to go and the little green hand thing to come up or whatever, the walking symbol. See someone just shoot right through when it's green for me, fully red for them. I go, this is why I don't ride bikes anymore. And this is why too, when I'm in a car and ready to go when the light turns green, gotta look, I just don't dart right out. I'm assuming someone's gonna shoot it. I'm glad I assumed that because it's a good thing to assume, a safe way to proceed. Let's see. Muthalan, have ever been to Neverland Ranch? Michael Jackson's house? No, of course not. I mean, I don't think you can just walk right into it or anything. I'd love to go visit the area. It's a nice part of Santa Barbara County that I've never been to before, and I'd like to take a field trip out that way because a lot of nice little like winery places out that way. So yeah, maybe someday I'll visit that part of Santa Barbara. Oh wow, e-bikes are outlawed in your crappy city? Really? That's wild. Huh. Now, why is that? How did that happen? Is it the Chinese government just said no e-bikes in Hong Kong because we're communists and we're just going to say it, or what? Wow, that sucks. Don't you hear about that, Nikki? That someone filed, of course, a false child abuse report on Pete Buttigieg and he was separated from his kids for a few hours? That's such bullshit. Wow. People, I'm sure the person doing it thought they were super ethical and moral, right? And they're just lying and breaking the law. That's some good ethics for you there.
Thanks for the tip.
Hey, I got a nice super chat tip. Always a pleasure to see you, bro. Do you still not eat onions and garlic? No, I don't go out and I do not seek onions and garlic. And if I'm out at a restaurant, I'll try to not get a onions and garlic dish or ask them if they could avoid putting onions in. That said, I'm not 100%. I mean, sometimes you have to eat them a little bit, you know. But I'm fortunate, like the Italian restaurant we go to, Mangia Fogli, the vegan one. They're not a big garlic restaurant, so that's cool, you know. A lot of people think Italian food means tons of garlic, and it can, but I guess it depends on what kind of region the food's based on. Because Italy has, you know, different foods in different regions, different cities. But yeah, I'm not a big fan of onions and garlic. And anyone like Heidi that goes to Hare Krishna events and foods, yeah, I know the Hare Krishnas aren't. They're pretty much onions and garlic free too. I'm right on that, right, Heidi? It's been a while since I've eaten their food, but I kind of remember that. You want to go to Neverland, Carmichael? I think it's in ruin right now. I mean, you might be able to drive up to it see it behind a gate or something like that, and go, "Wow, it's falling apart." But yeah, that's what I could be wrong. Is that right, guys? I thought that's what's happening with his Neverland Ranch. Might be up for sale or something. But yeah. But yeah, I'm with you, AJ. Chain Black, if you want to come here and leave super chat tips, do it on a different account. Yeah, none of us are really stoked on your username. We don't think it's cool or anything. So if you want to come back and leave super chat tips and stuff and participate, yeah, I'm pretty much telling you to do that. I'm not. It's not like I'm stoked when I see your name pop up on my screen. Even though I appreciate the tip, but you know, you're not gonna just give me $1 to keep you on here or anything like that. You know, I cannot be bought, especially for $1. You like garlic sometimes in sandwiches, XXD? Yeah, sometimes it pops up in things. You know, I just try to avoid them as much as I can, but yeah, like a few weeks ago, we went for the first time to a local vegan restaurant / coffee house here in Long Beach. Another one we could walk to. Yeah, one morning we walked to Wild Chive and got some food, and I didn't realize there was garlic in it. Angie said, "Man, you reek of garlic." I didn't even taste it. You're gonna do it? All right, cool. We'll change your username, and this will be the last one we do with your old name here. Okay, so this will be the clean break. I expect to see if I see you again, it's not gonna be with that name. Or else we're going to time you out for the day. And longer if we keep having to. I'm with you, JD. Yeah, nothing is like summer, huh? Like spring rolls. Just fresh, uncooked spring rolls. All the fresh veggies. Sounds good. Wow, okay. It's Hong Kong has basically legislated e-bikes out of existence. You need to learn to make your own spring rolls. Yeah, Angie used to make them. It's quite of an endeavor. I can see why they're not cheap when you go to restaurants. There's a lot of labor, and you know, you gotta cut a bunch of stuff up. And then roll them up. It's not like making a peanut butter and jelly sandwich or something like that. It is. And the recipe's in the Happy Healthy Vegan Cookbook. Actually, I forgot about that. So if you got that, AJ, yeah, check it out. Angie, yeah, lays it out. It's probably yeah, it's what I remember. You know, it's been a while, but yeah, we should make them again. It's summertime, but she'll say that's easier for you to say because you know I'm watching her do all the chopping. Okay, so I was right, huh, Heidi, about the Hare Krishnas. That's right, Ryan. Too potent. I do have garlic sometimes, so you're like me. Yeah, probably you eat it sometimes on occasion. It's not like, you know, avoiding it like meat or something like that. You know, that's totally off limits. But yeah, if I get a little bit onions and garlic, so be it. But it's generally something I'm not seeking out. I'm actively trying to avoid. We don't buy onions or garlic to bring in the house, so it only gets me sometimes when I leave the house. Soy latte. I know. I had my soy latte actually yesterday morning. We went back to the Italian vegan place. Because in the morning it's a coffee house, and you can get lunches there too. But I just went for coffee, got my marzipan almond milk latte, I guess it is, decaf. So that was cool. Did that. Came home and worked on the song the rest of the day. So yeah, that's been my life. That's only 2 times I got out. 3 times. Twice to the restaurant. Once last Friday. Once yesterday in the morning. And then that run I took a few evenings back. And other than that, I've been in this room working on music all week. Seriously, this has been my life right here on this chair. That sounds good. Nikki's snacking on roasted chana masala. Speaking of snacking, tonight, I already know what we're making. I already got the TKP, the Tuscan Kale Pilaf, all in the Instapot. I'll text Angie in a little bit to start it. It takes half an hour for it to do its thing in the Instapot, and have that when the live stream's over. Wow. That's awesome, late model. Bestie has a pic with him and Michael Jackson. He was shy and has huge hands. That's cool, man. Met Michael Jackson. That must have been crazy. What's that, Uncle? He made some good spring rolls and used the peanut sauce from the Happy Healthy Vegan cookbook. There you go. Peter, did I buy anything on Prime from Amazon Prime? I didn't realize it was Prime Day or Prime Week or whatever, but I did order a couple things yesterday, and I saw it's on Prime. It's cheaper. I need a reading light. Actually, I've been using these old camping lights that are solar charged, and I'll show you one right now. It's one of these things, and when you flick it on, it doesn't always stay on. It often blinks. Oh, it stayed on that time. Often it'll just be blinking and stuff. And fine, if you keep messing with it, it'll stay on. But I got one that's and it's pretty hard to read with this. You have to find the right spot. So I got a reading light for like $10 or something like that. Ordered some barley. The reading light was on Amazon Prime specials, usually like 15 or 16, and ordered a bunch of barley. Like that wasn't on special or anything like that. But yeah, I got some barley because I was tired of buying the little tiny packages at the market. I wanted to get a bigger like one, so it'd be like half the price. Buy it kind of in bulk, sort of. So anyway, that's odd. Allison, your mom is allergic to onions and garlic. Yeah, some people just need to avoid them, huh? VLAM, can't imagine what July and August will be like as far as how summer goes. I know those are the months I'm usually not too excited about. July, August, September, some of my least favorite months of the year, actually. I know a lot of people love summer. They live for summer, vacation and all stuff. For me, it's just hot, and I don't like 4th of July. Here, it's like a battle zone. It just sucks big, So, anyway, yeah, not a huge fan of these months. I like October. I like January. Satanic Steven, awesome, good to see you. Allison, you're lurking while making your own dinner. Awesome. Yeah, just listen. I'm not really doing anything all that exciting, so if you can't watch, yeah, listen and make your dinner. I was doing that earlier too. I was replaying someone's live stream, not a vegan, more of a philosopher, and listen to his live stream while I made a peanut butter and jelly sandwich a little bit before the live stream. After I got I was making the Tuscan Kale Pilaf, got that in there, and then had a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. So I did all that while listening to a live stream. And I knew I wasn't missing much. He's just talking like what I'm doing. Right, Nikki. Well, the U.S. become a legume lovers and eat more legumes than meat. I mean, we can wish, right? That would be totally awesome. Allison, you feel it too? Summer can be anxiety-inducing. Okay, I'm glad it's just not me. That's how I feel. I just don't feel. It's not my favorite time. Yeah. Anyway, Uncle, you haven't even been able to look at Amazon. Why is that? Too many tempting deals or what? But yeah, I didn't really take advantage of Prime Day. I just got something that I was thinking about getting. Oh, Peter, let me know if you're here, Peter. I want to tell you I bought something, and I think you would be interested because you ask me often about these guys. So let me know if you're listening or watching right now, Peter. I don't want to say it right now, and you're gone, and I'll have to repeat it or something. Let's see, Travis, it's gonna be hot as hell next week. Yeah, that's what AJ was saying. Beautiful 73 today, and it's gonna be 96 late next week or something like that. Oh, thanks, Satanic Stefan, for stopping by, for helping the algorithm. Thanks so much, appreciate it. Peter, I know you've been asking me about, have I got any Zero shoes? And you guys helped me get the basketball shoes that they make. Well, I got an email, you probably did too, Peter, that they're doing this, I forgot, 30% off for it's some kind of summer sale. You type in some promo code. Anyway, I'll check it out, And so I went and looked up my, the Dylan shoes that I've wanted to get. and they were on clearance. They were like $65, you know, clearance. I go, holy crap! I remember they're like $99 before. I go, they probably just have a couple odd sizes or something like that. And I looked, they had my size, like, you know, a big dude size. And oh my god, this is awesome. So then I applied my promo code, and I forgot, once you got like tax and shipping, I got the shoe for like $60 or something like that. So that was cool. And yeah, it's all vegan and everything. So I'm excited to get that. It's a cool black shoe. And I'll show it to you guys. One thing I ordered on Prime. Oh, thanks for the super chats. I'll get to you guys. One thing I ordered on Amazon Prime. I don't think it was part of. Yeah, it was part of the sale. I saved $1 on shoelaces. Some like yellowish gold colored shoelaces. I saw some dude that had some black shoes with goldish shoelaces. I thought it looked cool because one of my basketball shoes, the laces broke, so I took it off an older pair. So that older pair has no laces. So when I get my new Dylan shoes, I'm gonna put the black laces on my black basketball shoes and put the gold laces I got from Amazon Prime and put those on the Dylan shoes. It's crazy. I think it's gonna look tight, so I'll show it to you. And thanks so much, guys, for the super chat tips there. One right after another, both for the soy fun. One from Late Model and one from AJ. So we'll put that to good use. Yeah, we did the soy latte yesterday. It's really you know, it's not the soy latte, you know, that VD talks about. I tell you, it's a marzipan latte. And it's with almond, or is that right? I can't remember now if it's oat or almond. I'll ask them sometime. I don't even know. That's the cool thing when you go to a vegan place. You don't even have to ask them. You know, it's all, everything's vegan there, so I don't even worry. I just make sure it's decaf. That's my biggest concern there. But thanks so much, guys. Yeah, I told you there's a second Italian place that we can walk to here from our place, and it's not all vegan, but they have a pretty fine vegan menu there. A lot of stuff's vegan. They have a vegan pizza, all these cool appetizers, and a really fine wine list to go with it too. So we'll check that out really soon. Maybe we walked by there Friday, actually, when we went to Mangia Fogli last Friday after the live stream. They're on the same street, these two restaurants. So we walked, the other one, the non-vegan one's closer. So we wanted to check it out, and it's crowded. It's like packed. Like people are outside. Like, okay, I guess we won't go on weekends. It's too trendy or too popular. So we'll try to go like on a Wednesday or Thursday night or something like that. But thanks, guys. Yeah, we'll play it. We definitely want to go there sometime because yeah, it looks really good. It's right by our house. You know, I tell you, we're so lucky. We have 3 places all on the same street where we could get a vegan pizza. Only one of those restaurants is fully vegan, but the other 2 places have vegan pizzas as well. So it doesn't suck being vegan, at least not here. So thanks so much. Thanks, Late Model. Thanks, AJ. We will go out and apply that to an evening out sometime soon. So you guys know, yeah, we can't go to Disney or anything like that for another month and a half or so because, you know, we have the lowest price season passes. So it's cool. I mean, we're doing other things, you know, and every time you go to Disney, you're spending at least $12-16 on parking, you know, because there's no way to park for free around there. So that's awesome. And we just put that money into that's like, you know, that's a glass of wine or something like that if we go to an Italian restaurant or something like that. So you're getting more for your money than just, you know, just putting your car somewhere. Or it's an appetizer, you know. So thank you, guys. Thank you so much. Yeah, I'm enjoying our staycation, you know. Okay, Peter. So you know about the Dylan shoe that I got that's discontinued. So they're discontinuing the Dylan for the Dylan canvas. I saw their newer Dylans, at least ones I wasn't familiar with. I didn't think they looked as cool as the clearance one. I was just so happy when I saw the clearance one. It was my number one choice, and I guess I'm glad they're getting rid of it so I could get I can get that. So cool, you know. I'm glad, you know, I've got a good shoe, my top choice for a cheap price. So I lucked out. So I wanted to let you know, Peter, I finally got some my Zero shoes I've been wanting for like a year now or so. That's how patient I am, guys. You know, I just don't buy things that easily. I'm fiscally conservative and kind of frugal, so I'm looking for a deal. Okay, marzipan is almond. Thanks for clarifying that, AJ. Yeah, I just never thought to ask them what it was. I just know it's super delicious, AJ. Seriously, it's such a delicious coffee. I love that marzipan coffee they have. Even the decaf tastes fine. I don't think it loses any flavor. So yeah, I love going there. Vegan, everything's vegan. They have decaf. I went to that Wild Chive place I told you a few weeks ago. They don't have any decaf there. It's all vegan, but they don't have any decaf. So I had to get a caffeinated coffee. And I remember, like, I felt so wired after that, you know? It's like, it sucks. Anyway, I just like chill. Anyway. Oh, you're a vegan food truck, late model. Just moved to an outdoor, what's that? Tap room food truck lot, and they're getting slammed. Happy to see them getting more business. That's cool. I mean, it sucks for you, I guess, a little bit if it's harder to get in line or whatever. If it's packed, but that's cool. Seeing them thrive. That's always a good thing. Because yeah, good vegan food is just good food. You don't have to be vegan. Travis, oh, you had some Zero shoes too. The HFS. I don't know if I remember that one. I guess I don't know their line too well. So Peter's saying of my now discontinued Dylan shoe, it's a fine shoe if you're just walking around and stuff. Yeah, that's what I need. I just want a good, stylish walking around shoe. Because right now my main walking around shoe, especially if I'm walking long, like more than like a quarter or half a mile, I have a pair of Nike Free running shoes that I got like 2.5 years ago when I had a foot injury, and the podiatrist said, no, don't walk around in those flat like Cenex shoes, you know, with no zero heel drop, zero protection really. So get a real shoe while your foot is like recovering. And I've kind of gotten used to having a little bit more substance to a walking shoe, but they don't look cool. They're like, I got them, again, I'm so frugal and cheap. I got this like kind of a royal blue shoe, and I usually wear black clothes, so it kind of clashes with my outfits. But I got it because it was like maybe $50, and if I wanted a black one, it would have been like $90 or $100 or something like that. So I just went for the funkier looking one for the price, but it ends up being the shoe I'm wearing all the time when I go on walks or go to Disneyland. So I'm glad to get a new black shoe. I'm going to trick up with the yellow laces, so we'll see how that goes. You want a marzipan now, AJ? Can you get a marzipan, like a vegan marzipan? I didn't even know what a marzipan coffee was until like last year, and thank God I know what it is now because it's so delish. Yeah, to Uncle, I totally got a coffee buzz off the fully caffeinated coffee I got at Wild Chive. But yeah, that's why I love going to other places that offer a decaf or at least a half calf. Usually if there's a decaf, there'll be a half calf, I've learned. You could get chocolate wasted right now if you want to. Hey, it's Friday night. Party. Yep, totally, yeah. The food truck that you're talking about, late model there, is getting tons of business from non-vegan people because they just see it's good food, you know? Only a total asshole says, oh, it's vegan, it's going to suck. Like, no, just try it before you prejudge it like a jerk. But anyway, that's awesome. Good to know. You have no chocolate in the house. You might have to raid Bestie's secret stash. Yeah, raid Bestie's secret stash. You know what you could do? If it's a secret stash, he's probably not going to check like immediately, right? So you could probably go out tomorrow or the next day and replace it. And Bestie would never be the wiser. So don't tell Bestie I'm encouraging you to steal his food though. But if you can get away with it, I think it's one of those things where it's no harm, no foul. You know, you're not really cheating or lying. You're just like borrowing something that you're going to replace. You guys are roommates. Okay, marzipan is almond paste. And I assume then they must mix it with almond milk, right? If they're going to do it at a vegan place. Oh, I never heard of that, Nikki. Yeah, I'm a marzipan fan now. I mean, I've learned so much from this Italian restaurant. It's opened my eyes up to so many things that I wasn't aware of, and I've been alive for quite a long time. See, he would share with you, late model, so just take his chocolate. He'll be cool, you know, especially if you have every intention of replacing it, you know, sometime soon. Just tear into it. Go grab one right now. What's up, Heidi? Yeah, Trader Joe's sells marzipan, sugar, almond, glucose syrup, waters. I'll take a look at that. Is that like in the sweets department, like where the agave is? I never thought to look for something like that. It's probably been there all this time. I never noticed. Okay, V was gifted some marzipan ones. Someone brought them back from their trip to Europe. It was extremely sweet. Definitely not something I'm willing to eat again. I've never had it on its own, but I've just had it in a coffee, and it's so good. Seriously, I don't know what it's like to have it like separately as like a food. To me, it's just marzipan means a delicious coffee I can get down the street. That's my only experience. Yeah, right now, late mom, just do it, right? If you're craving it, just do it. He's cool with it, right? He's cool if you take some from his secret stash, and you'll replace it, right? So why are you holding back? It's Friday night in America. Let's party, right? Wow, fruit-shaped marzipan. They sell at some coffee shops. Gee, I don't know any of this stuff. You guys know way more about marzipan than I do. To me, I tell you, I just know it as a kind of tasty coffee. A marzipan latte. I think that's what they call it. I think they call it a marzipan latte at the restaurant. So if VD wants to properly make fun of me for being a California vegan, get it right, VD. Say Ryan and his marzipan latte, not the soy latte. I mean, that's so 90s sounding, you know, that's not California at all. That sounds more like something you'd have in like Seattle or Austin, Texas or something like that. No, marzipan latte. Get it right. If you're going to try to poke fun at my veganism, at least have something right about what you're saying. Marzipan coffee, you think, sounds nice if it's not too sweet. Yeah, I didn't think it was too sweet, but you know, I kind of like sweeter coffees. Angie's pointed out to me. I like either like a vegan mocha or a vegan latte. I don't like Americanos, you know, just like coffee and water, you know, water to dilute the coffee. I like some kind of sweetness, like a vanilla latte or something like that. That's kind of my thing. I guess I look at it as like a fancy like hot chocolate. It's like a sweet little drink. Oh, I used to work at a bakery in college that sold Krigler almond paste. Am I spelling it? Krigler almond paste on a buttery pastry. I'm pronouncing things wrong. I do that. Okay, that's what I figured. So straight up marzipan is intense. That's what it sounds like how you guys are describing it. But used to flavor things up, it's great. That's exactly what I'm experiencing. Yeah, as something to flavor up the latte. When you were baking, you made, wow, I can't pronounce it. I'm horrible with Italian. Tarts, you made tarts for the retail case. So hey, you have experience cooking with those. So yeah, my experience drinking a marzipan coffee, the best. What's that, Otters and Elephants? You credit almond lattes for getting you through college, but none of the coffee houses from you now have almond syrup and you refuse to buy sugar syrup for home. Yeah, chai tea, Valerie. I used to drink chai tea all the time, like in the 90s when I'd go out with friends to coffee houses. Because I've never really been a coffee person until now. And I drink like either half calves or decafs, lattes or mocha sometimes. But yeah, in the 90s, I would just get like a chai tea or something like that. It's an Indian tea. I like those because I was going to a lot of Indian restaurants back then. So I was familiar with their flavor, the chai Indian flavor. So yeah, when they go to coffee house, oh, you got chai tea here? Awesome, I'll take one of those. Old Pueblo Love again. Yo, Ryan, dude, there was a running skit on SNL called The Californians. Pretty funny. Yeah, I know. I think that's what she was trying to do. VD trying to make fun of me, like I'm a Californian. Yeah, you go on the 405 North and you go on the 10 and no, I just marzipan or a soy latte. It's just like, no, that's not right. But yeah, I love that skit. I think that skit's crazy, in a good way, crazy funny. Wow, late model, when you consume caffeine, you would always drink double shot espressos. I have a funny story. I won't go too long on the story, but early in the 90s, could have been the late 80s, I was not a coffee drinker, but I wanted to really experience what coffee was like. So my friend went to an art school in Pasadena, and there's like, Pasadena has a cool old town, old buildings, and cool culture and stuff there. So I went to this old-fashioned like 90s coffee house. Looked like it'd been there since the 60s. And I ordered a few like espressos. I don't know if they were double espressos or not, but Man, that shit hit me. I think I had too many. It probably freaked out my central nervous system. I think it caused some kind of depression for a few months after that or something like that. So it further reinforced not to drink coffee again. I just realized back then I just did something probably stupid, and wouldn't do it again. But anyway, yeah, now I can get by with some sweetened coffees. And I don't drink them every day. Every day at home, I'll drink my rippled chocolate milk. No caffeine or anything like that. It's full of all these cool minerals and stuff like that. But yeah, maybe I'll have a coffee once or twice a week. Typically a decaf. And at worst, half calf. And sometimes I'll get a full calf, but Angie and I will share it. Like when we go to Disneyland, or we'll split one at the Ghirardelli store, the full calf one, but it's ice, so there's not much beverage in there, and we drink half of it. So I figure I'm getting like a half calf basically. Masala chai. I can't say for sure if I've had masala chai tea, just regular chai tea, as far as I remember. What? Espresso has less caffeine than a standard cup of coffee? What? I thought espresso was like the standard for making coffee. Like there's espresso, and if that's too gnarly for you, you water it down and you have an Americano. If you want it more flavorful, you take an espresso, put chocolate in it, and it becomes a mocha. If you put like a mix it with a vanilla flavor and you got a latte. Is that how it works? I didn't know. I thought espresso was like what the standard of coffee making is. You make espresso and then you can like from espresso create all these various kinds of coffee. Angie's explained it to me. Do I have that wrong? Yeah, coffee culture in the 90s, Heidi. That's why I said 90s. Yeah, it's like coffee culture was really cool in the 90s. Yeah, you know what it's like being were you in Boston then too? Yeah, it was awesome out here too in the West Coast. Even though I wasn't a coffee drinker, I went to a lot of coffee places in the 90s. And yeah, coffee culture in the 90s is really cool. I kind of wish I was a coffee drinker then. I'm glad I wasn't though. I mean, I heard as you get older, it's harder for your body, for your liver to like process caffeine and alcohol. So I'm glad I wasn't drinking all that stuff forever. So I could have a little bit of those things now in old age. And my liver is still operating hopefully at a high capacity since I wasn't like putting all that stuff in like all the time. So what is coffee made out of? What's the difference between espresso and coffee? I thought like I'm not drinking coffee when I have like a latte which is made from espresso. I'm totally confused. I've only started to learn the arts of coffee in the past year or two when I ask Angie all my newbie questions. Old Pueblo, love vegan. You think I'm quite the SoCal dude? Do I have a super thick SoCal accent, I guess? Maybe that's what VD's trying to make fun of me. I mean, this is where I grew up. I spent my whole life basically in California, most of it in Southern California. So if I speak a certain way, that's just, like how should I speak? Should I speak with a more British accent or something like that? That wouldn't be absolutely sincere, though. I mean, this is how I speak. Grew up in California. You're going to have a cool Southern California accent like I got. What's it, AJ? You never drink more than half a cup of coffee a day. You don't like the coffee from your mocha master. Yeah, half a cup sounds plenty. That's like when Angie and I will split a full cup or something like that. That's plenty. Don't need any more than that. Move through the line. Hey, what's up? Yeah, I agree with you. Can't go wrong with a nice vegan curry. Kind of out of left field, but yeah, I totally agree. 100%. Okay, espresso and coffee are made differently. Huh. They both come from beans, but it's how they're brewed is the difference. I know there's like roasting companies that do their own roasting. Are they making espresso or are they making coffee? When I go to like a hipster coffee place here that does roasting on the side or in a local building, what is that? Is that espresso roasting or coffee roasting typically? Okay, so Peter says coffee is usually made from pouring water over top of it and having it drip through a filter, where espresso is extruded through an espresso machine, so it winds up being thicker, but you use less. Let's see, is coffee healthy for? It's like anything. Like I think there's some good things like in it, but then it could be rough on the liver. But I thought there's some compounds in coffee that are considered healthy, just like in red wine. Tannins are supposedly good for us. You don't have to have wine to get tannins, I thought. But but alcohol in itself isn't necessarily all that great for you, especially your liver and stuff. So yeah, I don't know where the science stands on it. But I'm not drinking coffee for health or anything like that. It's just something I do a couple times a week. Typically, so my wife and I can go enjoy a nice, beautiful, quiet, chill morning walk through our chill neighborhood here, and go somewhere and have a little morning out or something like that. Spend some quality time together before we get locked into what we're going to be doing business wise for a day. But yeah, I'm not sitting there, hey guys, I'm drinking coffee and it's making me healthy or something like that. I don't think I'm drinking coffee, it's making me unhealthy. It just has nothing to do. I'm not thinking of it as part of my health routine or anything like that. Oh, phenols. Yeah, that's what's in there. I couldn't recall what that was. In coffee. Let's see. Old Pueblo Love, are you still riding your bike? I was talking, no, I don't ride my bike anymore because there's just too many horrible drivers now. I mean, I feel unsafe in my car, protected with the airbags and everything. I see people shooting red lights all the time. Maybe it's different where you live, but here in my city, there's been more road fatalities this year than combined than from all of last year combined. And we're talking about pedestrians, car drivers, car passengers, people in the car that got hit, people in the car that was doing the hit. It's just been crazy here. So I just don't feel safe right now. I've said, I'm hoping to move somewhere in the future where I can be close to protected bicycle or pedestrian only lanes. I'll get back into it then if it's not too far to get there. But yeah, right now, no, I'm not riding a bike anymore. I don't feel safe. And the statistics and death count for my city justify my decision. What's up, V-Lama? Dr. Greger said coffee is the main source of antioxidants for most people. Wow, that is pretty sad. Wow. See, I'm not thinking of coffee. I'm getting my antioxidants. I'm getting all the great foods I'm eating all the time. Okay, I didn't know that. Late model espresso has less caffeine per unit than coffee. Awesome. Well, I'm glad I'm making things that are espresso derived because I don't want caffeine. I order decaf or half calf. So that's awesome for me. Matcha latte. I've heard of that. I don't think I get that ever. I just get a regular a vanilla latte or something like that. The environmentalist in you tries not to consume coffee. I know it comes from the tropics, and the climate change or whatever you want to call it. Global weirding is making it tougher for coffee growers and stuff. So yeah, I know I got into it the worst time. It's more expensive now than ever. It's outpacing inflation even. But fortunately, I don't drink it all that often, so it's not that bad. You got an ad that popped up underneath the live stream, Fallon? That's weird. Huh. I've never seen it. I think I've seen it one time before, actually on that dude's live stream I watch. Yeah, I think it's a new thing. It just started in the past few weeks. Peter says I could get a bicycle airbag, which is basically an inflatable vest that when you fall, it triggers and puts That's cool, but nah, I mean, that's cool if you're falling. I'm talking about getting hit by an SUV or a car or something like that. Like, I don't think the airbag's going to do jack crap, really. You know, I think that sounds cool for when you're falling, perhaps. And, yeah, I always ride with a helmet. But, yeah, thanks for the tip there. But, no, I'm not going to do that. Late model, you loved coffee but didn't want to be ruled by substances. I agree with that. Again, yeah, if you just have it once or twice a week, I don't feel like it's controlling me. Just like, you know, something to do with my wife who really has enjoyed coffee her entire life, basically. She grew up as a kid, or her dad would make her coffee. So you did an experiment and weaned off over a 2-week period. You felt the same. Yeah, you save money doing that for sure. I tell you, when I went camping, that's when I realized I was addicted to soda, sugar water. So I was trying to like bribe. I would go, can I pay that guy $5 for a 7-Up? I go, what am I doing? I feel like a crackhead, you know? So that's when I stopped drinking soda for the most part. I'll have it on rare occasion. like maybe a couple times a year or something like that. Fu Man Poo, you finished your studio gym. Cool. So is it more of a studio or is it more of a gym? AJ, you get super wired on espresso. Well, do what I do. Yeah, I agree. That happens to me too. That's why I try to go for a decaf or half calf. So try that if you're not, and see if you're still getting wired or not. I know there's some caffeine in decaf. It's not completely caffeine free, but I think the amount in there is more like, for people like us, if we get wired off regular like dose, I think the decaf dose is just right. Wow, Luciano, Celsius. Is that some kind of like one of those like Red Bull things? You drink that pretty much every day, end up getting a box full of them? Wow, so it sounds like you're hooked, right? I'm not making fun of you. It sounds like you're hooked if you're buying them by the box. Facebook is infested with ads, and Facebook is infested with hate too, and that's why I rarely go on it. Yeah, I finally got rid of Facebook from my phone. So that's cool because I don't let them tracking me everywhere I go. So I just put it on my iPad mini. I guess they know where I live, I guess, but they knew that anyway because you have to fill out your address info for Facebook, I thought. But they don't get to track me around anymore, so I'll just pop it open on my iPad once in a bit. And I still can run it on my desktop. And when I do run it on my desktop, I run it exclusively in Firefox, the web browser Firefox, because they have a feature where they'll sandbox Facebook, and I forgot what they call it. They made a special feature just for like Facebook, I think Instagram, the Meta properties. So they're in the little sandbox. They cannot track you and follow you around the internet. So yes, all right, if I ever have to do some power use on there, doing Firefox, handled. In love with health. Hey, you've been lurking. Welcome. Thanks for joining us. I've been lurking because I'm sorting stuff. Coffee beans are what all the drinks are made of. Thanks for explaining this stuff. Coffee beans are roasted to different levels for taste and how it is made into a drink. But how does that relate to espresso? Is it just a different kind of roasting? Everything starts with coffee beans, and it depends on how you process it. One way it becomes like coffee, and the other way it becomes like espresso, and all the things are derived from espresso, like Americano and latte. Is that how it works? I'm just trying to understand. I sound like I know what I'm talking about, but I absolutely do not. Fu Man Poo. So your gym studio, 60% gym, 40% studio. Awesome. I mean, unless you have a crap ton of gear, that's probably right. You probably, if you're 40%, it's probably fine for your loud amp there. So yes, coffee beans. I told you I got into coffee at the wrong time. I totally understand that, AJ. So coffee beans that last year were $15 for 2 pounds is now like $40. Wow, that sucks. Sounds like RAM prices. You guys, anyone trying to buy a new computer now, it sucks. Anyway. Okay, so in love with health. So the beans are ground. Then you make the beverage by espressing. That's espresso. Brew like our moms did, pour over French press, but all the same beans are used all our coffee. Okay, I guess I just need to like read a book or watch maybe a YouTube vid explaining it all a little bit better. I'm starting to understand. I'll ask Angie some questions now. Given what you guys have taught me tonight, I'll have her like complete the picture. Sometimes when we're walking back and forth to a coffee shop, she'll tell me a little bit more so I can understand what coffee is. Because I don't know. I have no idea what it's all about. I have no clue. I didn't know what an espresso was. I didn't know what a Americano was. I had no clue. Fu Man Poo, wise for you. You never tried any energy drinks. You just do meth, right? And so Luciano, who is doing the energy drinks? Yeah, they bring you to equilibrium, though. They are on the healthier side as far as energy drinks go. I have no clue. Yeah. So as far as using Facebook, Uncle uses a Facebook add-in called FB Purity that helps you cut out a lot of the ads. How does that work out? An add-on, do you run it like as a browser extension or something like that, or is it an app? It sounds like an extension to me when you say add-on. And do you need Chrome? Because I don't use Chrome anymore. I don't like Google's web browser in the sense that it seems to install like a mini operating system that's tracking you all the time, and it seemed to conflict with some of my music software. So I just completely removed Chrome and all its little system parts and stuff to it. But Firefox is cool. So if it runs on Firefox, I'm cool. And I doubt that it works on Safari. But I'm cool with, I tell you, just use Firefox. It gates it, keeps it in its own little corner of your web browser. It doesn't follow you out. So I like that simple, just fire up Firefox and handled, I don't have to think about it. Okay, so late model's explaining this to me. So about coffee, it's how it's brewed is the difference. Espresso is extracted with pressure and heat. I get that. So that's what those fancy espresso machines are. They're doing something more technological than just like making regular coffee like my parents used to in the 70s or something like that. They never had espresso machines. Okay, old Pueblo is explaining more. Espresso is made under high pressure, steam, water forced quickly through it. See, that sounds so technological. But that's cool. Okay, so you invested in your friend's cafe years ago. They had their own roaster. It was cool. Wow. Fu Man Poo says, yes, most vegans are pot smoking crackheads. Which is it? Only the legal meth? That's wild, Fu Man Poo. Yeah, which one? Pot or crack? Okay, Uncle, it's an extension. For what? Is it an extension for Chrome or Firefox? Because if it's Chrome, it sucks for me. I'm telling you, I just don't use Chrome. Vegan sign guy, what's up? I thought at first said vegan is guy. It's hard to parse it there. Let's see. Tad Dodo. Yep, doing the live. You're cooking supper? Yeah, I forgot who was it earlier said they're just kind of listening to me as they were like preparing their food. Let's see. Heidi says, I don't like how YouTube knows if you're watching or not and will ask you if you're still watching only if your face is in front of the screen. Really? I've never had that happen to me. Are you on an Apple device or an Android or something like that? Because yeah, I walk away sometimes. I see Angie too. She'll be in the kitchen with her iPad, and she'll be away from the screen. She'll be cooking and stuff. I've never seen a message like that before. I wonder if it's an Android thing, because they make the Android operating system, so they have more control. But I'd be shocked if that happens on Apple's iOS, because me and Angie, I don't think I've ever experienced that. Allison is making dinner too. That's right. All right, so cool. We have at least 2 people making their dinner as we're chilling right now. Yeah, late models going, what? Like, yeah, you've never seen that either, right? That is scary. They think you're not watching. You're using Apple? Huh. How would they know that you're not watching? Interesting. Huh. Interesting. I wonder if you gave them camera permissions or something like that, perhaps. You might want to check your permissions. Interesting. Yeah, and on your laptop camera, you could put a little sticker on it, like I have on my 2 Apple monitors here. I never use their cameras. They're crap, they're really bad. Imagine what phones were like in 2010, like iPhones and stuff. That's the technology in my 2 monitors here. So they suck, and all they can do is spy on me. So I have little cute stickers that Angie put on them over them for me, because I have my nice camera right here. Yeah, AJ, Zuck is such a weirdo. Oh, did you get a chance to watch that video, AJ? No worries if you didn't, because I was talking how AI, there's a trend for it to move away from these billionaire-owned cloud data centers that are destroying the world and making people's lives suck, to local devices like your phones or computers. And I sent her a video of a guy who owns an AI company, and he's one of the people letting everyone know that this is the trend that's happening, and he has software that works for anyway. Check it out if you haven't. He's way more eloquent than I am, and goes into a little bit more detail about this trend, this move away from the billionaires owning all the AI to you owning it on your devices, because I think that's the way to go. I loathe when I have to go to a Sam Altman or Google Cloud Oh, you watched it. It was interesting. Cool. Awesome. Glad you checked it out. Because, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. A lot of people don't know what I'm talking about local AI. That's exactly what I'm talking about, what that guy is talking about. Yeah, AI and data centers. Yeah, crap. I know. There's so many things wrong with that. You know, I can go on for a bit. I don't want to do that right now. It's a vegan show, not an AI show. But yeah, AI and data centers down. But running AI on your local computer, totally cool. I haven't noticed any bump in my electricity bill, and the models now are getting better. Like, you know, with a modest home setup, you can run some pretty powerful models now. You know, if you have, like, say, 16 or 24 gigs of Apple unified memory, you can do some pretty serious stuff. If you have more than that, 32 or 64 gigs, you can run models that were probably better than ChatGPT, like, you know, a couple years ago. So, but AI can be demonic, but there are some practical uses for it. You know, it goes way beyond just going to ChatGPT or something like that. You can have workflows that help you out. I mean, I use it to help me transcribe videos. Like, you know, if I want to, like, get the some dudes talking about a bunch of nonsense on YouTube, I want the text so I can analyze it. You know, like, it'll extract it all out for me. No cloud, no nothing. What happened to the Benz wagon? It was diesel, and it was the wagon was a 1981 300D or TD. Anyway, yeah, it was a diesel wagon. I sold it maybe like in 2017 or so. I was just it was fun when I got those. I had them for, like, I had two of them. I had a sedan and a wagon. The sedan was a 1980 300D. Yeah, and the wagon was a 1981 300 TD. They were cool. They're both diesel. I think I got the wagon, the sedan first in like 2008 or something like that. So I kept them for like 8, 9, 10 years. I got them at the time when biodiesel was catching on with popular. It was getting kind of popular here, and I thought I was going to be able to just, like, get biodiesel or make biodiesel, something like that, and fuel my car with that. But California kind of legislated it out of existence. The requirements for, like, biodiesel storage and places that sold it were just way more difficult than buying, like, dyno diesel. So they killed it. So I kept the cars for a while. Then I realized, you know, it's just not worth it. You know, I mean, they're cool, but there's so many problems with them. They overheat really easily. They don't have any power. If you're trying to get out into traffic, it sucks. If you got to turn really quick on a stop sign or whatever, it just sucks. So anyway, got rid of them, and yeah, just with the modern car now that it never overheats. You know, it's just cool, and I can get out into traffic super quick with its electric engine. Yeah, you're totally right there, vegan sign guy. Yeah, you made a video earlier this week on how OpenAI is. Yeah, it's owned by a bunch of investors. I mean, that's what keeps it going. I forgot it loses like how many billions of dollars a month or something like it. It doesn't make money. It's a cash burning machine. And the only reason why it's still out there and working is people keep pumping money into it with the hope someday it's going to make money. I don't see how. It just costs them way too much in electricity and hardware for all their compute power. I don't see it turning around. But yeah, and it's not where you're going to go for absolutes and hard truths. No, definitely not. I mean, yeah, don't trust anything like a person or an AI tells you. Fact check it. Yeah, just don't assume, oh, it came from a shirtless guy in the jungle, it must be true. Or an AI said it must be true. Totally, no, fact check everything. But yeah. Anyway, let's see. Fu Manpu thought diesel costs like $17 a gallon here in California. Last time I looked, it was like $7 a gallon. I don't know if it's changed a lot. So I'll check it out. I'll probably buy some regular 87 octane dyno diesel for my plug-in hybrid this weekend. It's getting low. I think I have about maybe 120 miles of gas range right now, so I'll probably buy some. I don't like to go too much below 100 miles of gasoline range. I'll usually buy like 2.5 gallons. It'll put me up about 250 miles of gas range. I feel quite happy with that. And I tell you, it usually lasts me 2 or 3 months. Honestly, unless I'm doing like crazy trips, which I don't do, I probably buy gasoline 5 to 6 times a year, maybe 7 tops or something like that. It's part of it is my lifestyle, and you know, I try to keep my trips within like the 28-mile electric range I got, so it works out really well. Yeah, never take any AI 100% seriously, and likewise, never take any human 100% seriously. I always try to triangulate the facts from any source. But AI will confidently tell you things that are totally wrong. Okay, you're paying in the $7 range for diesel. I didn't know you had a diesel-powered vehicle there. Yeah, that sounds about right. I kind of remember it in the sevens last time I looked. Yeah, Fu Man, you could be right. All these billionaires want to use AI as part of some kind of part of the man's master plan to enslave us until they turn us into Soylent Green, yeah, and feed us into the AIs. You never know. That's why I don't think my Mac Studio is gonna like want to feed me or eat on me or anything like that. I trust my computer. Runs locally. I tell you what's cool about local AI. It does. It's local. You could unplug your internet, like disconnect Wi-Fi and Ethernet. You know, you don't need internet to run it. Just run it all locally here. Nothing leaves. It's the essence of private. So anyway, let me text Angie to make the where's my phone? Crap, I don't have my phone here. Hang on one sec. Let me text. I can send her a message. One sec here. All right. It's time to hit start. All right, use my Apple Tech right there to communicate with her on my watch because my phone was not handy and I didn't want to disconnect my iPad mini because right now it's used as a controller. So I can do stuff like this by hitting a button. So poop wall, we haven't had to go to the poop wall for a while. So anyway, yeah. Yeah, the TKP, get that Tuscan kale peel off hit so we can be eating it in approximately half an hour. And we already had tofu today. She made like a vegan egg salad sandwich yesterday. Oh, she's wondering the time. Correct, 21 minutes. All right, cool. TKP, when live stream's over, child of TKP. I'm stoked. What's that, Tadado? You tried using ChatGPT for some technical stuff late last summer. It's probably a different model now. But anyway, you just told me what I wanted to hear and the solutions didn't work. Yeah, it's notorious for coming up with solutions that don't work. Yeah, absolutely. Have you guys seen any of like Reckless Ben's YouTube videos? A few times he was trying to like figure out a technical thing for a problem he was having, and he said, "I asked ChatGPT, and it told me to do this," and it turned out the math was totally off and stuff like that. So that's funny. Yeah. But AIs tend to be sycophantic. You know, they tell you what you want to hear. There are ways to minimize that. I mean, you can try to prompt it to say, "Look, I want the best objective evidence you can. If I'm wrong, be very clear about it. Just don't say crap to please me." You can try your best with that. And on your local models, you have ways to like kind of override that. You can have your AI be a jerk to you. You can have your AI like just hate on you like a hater does, you know, like a troll. So you have way more control over that if you have your own private local models. All right, cool, old Playable Vegan. Well, thanks for coming and joining. I haven't seen you in a bit. Good to see you. And Fu Man Poo, you got to go sleep. Yeah, you're on that East Coast time zones. Yeah, be a good boy tonight. Don't do anything too naughty. Just go to sleep. Wow, Allison, you remember Sign Guy being against B12? I don't remember that. Yeah, Uncle. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Reckless Ben and the Bricks and Minifigs. Anyone watching that drama? Because Angie and I have been fans of Reckless Ben for years. He's a YouTuber, quite popular one, but his channel's been demonetized for years because he does exposés on groups and organizations that fight him. Like, he's done exposés on like Scientology. He infiltrated a cult that I knew. It's a Southern California cult based in like in San Diego County. They have those restaurants. Have you guys seen like the Yellow House? They're scattered all around. I know them. I've encountered them before several times in my life. So he infiltrated them. And this latest thing is, yeah, he's got a whole thing going on against the corporation Bricks and Minifigs. They sell Legos and stuff. Lego bits. It's crazy. I never thought. He said he took on this story because he thought it'd be safe and family friendly, and it turned out to be this whole legal battle that's insane. So anyway, yeah, check that out if you want to see some good YouTube drama. So yeah, I'm glad you're watching that, Uncle. Yeah, no, we loved him when I first discovered him years ago. I said, wow, this guy's an awesome YouTuber, and he's wired differently. I don't have those like kind of like guts and balls to do the crazy stuff he does. It's not like stuff that's outrageous, like dumb or anything. It's just like he's just wired differently, you know. Anyway, yeah, I appreciate what he's doing. I'd never do videos like that, but I'm glad someone's doing vids like that. Hey, W Mike 69, love you, Ryan. Been a long time, but remember all your cool videos. Do you still make music with my wife? Yeah, bro. Yeah, hardcore, man. Yeah, just go to any streaming service like Spotify or you know, Apple Music or whatever. I'll just go to let's quickly go to like our Bandcamp page. Where's the Bandcamp here? Oops. Okay. How can I just get to? Oh, okay. Let me change the URL here. All right, yeah, look at all these songs here are from the past couple years here. Like, yeah, we just put one out 2 weeks ago. Broken, Dissociate was the month before. I've been putting out like a song like every like 4 to 6 weeks or so. Oh, thanks, Late Model. Yeah, check it out. I'll put the link here. But yeah, just these are if you want to actually buy the downloads. Most people don't do that, but a lot of people do. We sell stuff pretty much every day. But I'll put the link in the live stream. But yeah, you can always find the music on all streaming services. It's out there. So yeah, check it out there. Love Spirals Downwards, lovespiralsdownwards.com. This is lovespiralsdownwards.bandcamp.com. But yeah, check out our stuff. I've been locked in this room basically for a week making a brand new song. So yeah, we got a new one that'll be coming out next month. Around my birthday, guys. I'm gonna turn 51 next month. But anyway, yeah, lot going on right now. So yeah. And Nikki, Tofu Princess, good night to you too. I'll be leaving pretty soon too, but not quite yet. I got Angie on the TKP. So cool. So I guess Uncle and I are the only one watching the Reckless Ben, Bricks and Minifigs drama on YouTube. If you guys want to just watch some crazy stuff, just look for Reckless Ben's channel. And he's been having to release a lot of his videos on his Patreon, but I think he brings them out to his YouTube channel a little bit after that. Like I told you, because he can't monetize because he gets in trouble with these videos that he makes. TKP duty. That just means walking over to the machine and punching in 21 minutes and start. I wish it was a smart Instapot. Do they make smart Instapots now so I can just punch it in here and just do it while I'm sitting here? That'd be awesome. I should look into that. I guess when I first got that Instapot, like smart appliances weren't really much of a thing. But I don't know if I want that. I don't want someone to like start a fire, like hack into my house, hack into my Instapot app or whatever and turn it on. No, I don't think I want that on second thought. You got to think of the trade-offs. Like, what's the good that can happen? Oh, that sounds good. I can remote control it from my butt here. And then bad side is someone else could too, maybe. So anyway, let's see. Well, they make smart faucets and smart toilets. Thanks for that, Piano Miss, like, what does a smart faucet or smart toilet do? I've heard of them. I haven't checked them out. I mean, I have some lights that are smart, like the lights in the back of the studio here are smart. I could turn them off with my voice and stuff, but I'm not going to right now. But yeah, what does a smart what does a smart faucet do? Like, you can start it from a distance. Again, I don't want that. I don't want someone to hack into my house and turn on a faucet and cause a flood or make my water bill go up. I mean, I can't even think of a need for starting a faucet from a distance. And same with the toilet, right? I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, guys. When you're utilizing a toilet, you're there, right? You don't need to do it from afar, unless you have a fancy one where the seats heat up and you want to get it hot before you get there. Barring something like that, it's like, okay, I'm at the toilet. I can control it fine manually from here. But maybe I'm being too, like, old school. Like, I'm all sounding like an old Gen X dude or something like that. Like, let me know if I need a smart toilet or a smart faucet. But to me, yeah, some things I think can benefit from having some smartness to it, but I really don't see advantage of those two things. But I can be persuaded otherwise if someone has some good examples. What's that, AJ? Remember on that show when the crock pot killed the dad? No, I don't remember that. Can't remember the show name. Maybe Last of Us? That doesn't ring a bell for me. And most things are analog in our house too. Yeah. We don't have too many smart things apart from a few lights, particularly the lights in this room. They're kind of hard to get to. I don't have a switch back there. There's the light in that lamp, and there's an overhead one above it. So with one command, vocal command, or if I talk to my iPad or iPhone, I could turn them on with voice. But other than that, yeah, I had more smart lights around the house earlier, and I just found it more of a pain in the ass. It's just easier to just go and turn it on, especially if you're talking to Apple's voice assistant, Shlomo, and you want to go to bed, and you have one in you had a light in our bedroom. I said, Shlomo, bedroom lights off. It goes, I'm sorry, I'm having trouble with that. Shlomo, bedroom lights off. There doesn't appear to be a connection. Shlomo, bedroom lights off. Then it turns them off. Like, why couldn't you do that the first time? So it's just so much easier now. I have a light I just turn off. It's right above my head on the bedstand. Bam. Instant. No. Angie saw it every night. My blood pressure would probably rise a few points because I'm sitting there arguing with Shlomo. So anyway, that got handled. Maybe the new Shlomo that Apple's releasing this fall is going to be better. It sure looks really amazing, but all I really want to do right now is turn the lights off. I would have been happy, but I've moved on. South Park did an episode about smart Japanese toilets. I saw them do an interview. They're coming back this fall, I think, for a new season, so that'll be fun. I kind of vaguely remember that, I think. Okay, so that show you're talking about, AJ, the crock pot caused a fire and killed the dad. Wow, that's scary. I don't want a kitchen fire. Wow. The clapper. Well, the clapper is super old school. I could still talk to my assistant. In fact, I could use two. I can use Apple's voice assistant. In this room, I have this little Google Nest device that I got for free, basically, so I can actually tell Google to turn the lights off too. So for me, between the two, it's easy. These lights go off when I talk to it pretty much instantly. What's that, Piano Miss? You were at a Kohler store. They make like bathroom stuff, and saw a smart faucet. It reacts to your presence as very cold, hot settings, and maybe a soap or carbonated feature. It had a bubble icon. I don't know if you can control from the phone or not. So it reacts to you being there. I guess that's cool. I don't know. It's really never bothered me. Like, man, this sucks. I have to put my hand down and turn the faucet on. I never thought that was an inconvenience of modern life or anything like that. So whatevs. I mean, if people want that, fine. I'm not going to laugh at them. But yeah, for me, I'm not going to spend any extra money. I just want a simple sink that works. So you have a clapper, Spooky Veg Head. Do they really work? I've only seen them on TV commercials. But yeah, sensor faucets. I see those when I go out to places, commercial places. But yeah, I never thought of getting one for my home. But that's just me. If you want that, totally cool. It sounds like extra money that's really not necessary. Just get a good faucet, get a good person to hook it up, handled. Yeah, yeah, commercial ones have had that for years. Exactly. Yeah, don't know if we need that in our homes, but again, if you really feel like you want it, totally go for it, but not me. Hey, love with wealth. All right, you're gonna get going soon. I'll be going soon too, because I know that Tuscan Kale Pilaf is chugging through, maybe a little bit over a third, approaching halfway through its cooking cycle. And yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Haven't had Tuscan Kale Pilaf for a while. Ever since we started getting into barley a few months ago, they've been having barley versions of the Tuscan Kale Pilaf, but we're all out of barley. That's why we ordered a bunch yesterday on Prime Day. I don't know if we got a big Prime discount or not. Anyway, yeah, I ordered a bunch for us. Like I forgot, like 4 times the amount we normally get. So hopefully that'll last a while. I've noticed I'm having trouble finding like big like bags of barley or something like that, like you can find for rice. Not sure why that is, but anyway, it's gonna be cheaper than how we've been buying little bags at the store. I'm with you, Heidi. We're old school, huh? Old-fashioned faucet and paper towels. Okay, so speaking of the clappers on Veghead, they do. You clap twice to turn it off, on or off. And if you clap 3 times, oh wow, it does another outlet. You have to clap fairly loud though. Uncle Bulgur wheat. I don't think we've been going down that road. Just into the barley right now. I don't know why. Yeah, we should expand into all these other grains and stuff too. I'm trying to learn more. I haven't been eating much barley as a vegan, and I'm old now. I should have tried all the different grains and eat them frequently. I always praise, like having a well-rounded, diverse vegan diet. So I'm trying to practice what I preach here and expand my grains out. Speaking of tonight, like our TKP is a wild rice mix. Those little black grain rices. Those are delicious. So those are cool. What's that? You use big flour sack towels for everything? Like, what is that? You have a zillion of them and wash them constantly? Like, to clean stuff off? Flour sack towels. Where do you get those at? Do you just like buy flour and recycle the sacks or something? Interesting. Oh, AJ doesn't tell me what you guys are doing there. Give me this life hack. Oh, Piano Mish. Okay, I remember you. Yeah, Epano. Okay, so you changed your YouTube name to this. Okay, I'll try to remember that from now on. I'll try to and create a new memory and store it right now. Oh, where do you buy them at? Like online or locally? Like, yeah, I can't say I've seen flour sack towels for sale. So let me know where you guys are finding them at. I'll check them out. What's that, Uncle? You knew a couple from Ukraine, and barley was their staple. See, that's what I like. Just like the kind of grains that people eat all around the world. It doesn't matter what continent. I'm there. Starches, grains. Yeah, I've never been a fan of straws, Heidi. Unfortunately, a lot of people like to give them to us when we go out places. But yeah, just drink it out of the glass. Uncle, most exotic fruit I've ever eaten? Maybe like a bit of durian or something like that. Yeah, and go Ukraine. Okay, so you get your flour sack towels from Ginger Bear. Ginger Bear, I've never heard of them. It's a subscription. The art is beautiful on them. Interesting. I'll try to remember to Google them up. Okay, so Apano is an anagram of piano, is it? Like anagram, that doesn't mean backward. It just means the letters arranged differently. Is that what anagram means? You've seen them at Target, the flour sack towels. All right, I'll take a look next time I go to Target. I go to Target sometimes. There's a couple around here. Words rearranged. Okay, that's anagram. I was thinking of homonym, I think. Huh? Is that... No, homonym is 2 words that sound the same but have different meanings and spellings. Yeah, I'm super mellow today. Very mellow stream tonight. Probably because I'm so mellow. Maybe it's contagious. Like, people are being super chill because I'm super chill. I have no reason to be super chill because I didn't go to the gym today, but I think I'm just tired from working on this song all week. Seriously, it's been insane. I've never gotten from starting a song to mixing a song, the first mix of it at least, in 6 days ever. It's just, sometimes, you guys who are artists and creatives know what I'm talking about. Sometimes when you're working on your thing, sometimes it's a struggle. It's a lot of work to make little bits of progress, but you keep chugging at it and it works. And sometimes everything's just clicking. Everything's just flowing and flowing quickly and flowing beautifully and just working. That's been my week. I've just had this everything's just been going so smooth on this song. So I just been riding it because I don't have waves like this all the time where everything's just working so smoothly. So yeah, I wanted to experience it as and live it as I've been doing for the past 6 days. And I guess I'm a little tired now. You'll hear it. Well, you can hear our new songs from the link I posted earlier to Bandcamp. I'll post it again so you can hear like at least like a dozen songs we made since 2024. But this new one, yeah, it'll be out sometime mid to late. It'll be out around probably late July. I'm looking where we're at right now, June 26th. We might get done next week or so, maybe. Then it takes a while to upload it to your distributors, and they send it out to everywhere, like Spotify and Apple and everything. And so it takes a little bit of time. It'll be out end of the month, unless something weird happens. I still have to mix it. I still got to get a final mix. I still got to master it, but we're getting there. That should all happen next week, hopefully. Okay, so about these flour sack. Yeah, it's not a brand. Uncle's wondering. It's a certain cotton material people used to make clothes and other things from the old flour bags, hence the name. Okay, it looks like a brand on Target. Huh. Well, I'll keep my eyes open next time I'm shopping at a place like that. So anyway, let me think here. Maybe someone made a brand out of it, huh? That's not impossible. It's not mutually exclusive that someone made a brand out of something that's kind of generic sounding. Could present some trademark issues because I got educated in trademark law this year. But anyway, okay, flour sack, just a type of towel. They're big, thin, and useful for all kinds of things. Use them as kitchen towels and for cleaning. Sounds cool. By the way, late model, did you ever go and just grab some chocolate from your bestie's stash? When I, as your evil cult leader, told you to go do that. I'm just curious if you ever did it, because you always have an out. Say Ryan told me to do it. He said it would be okay. I was wondering if you ever grabbed that chocolate. You said it would be okay anyway. Your bestie is not like an evil person or anything like that. You guys are roommates. You guys share stuff. I'm just curious if you ever got that. No, you didn't steal the chocolate. Oh, you should have. Well, that's good. You're a good, upstanding, moral roommate, and bestie should be honored to live with someone who's not going to steal his stuff. So that's totally cool. Anyway, guys, it's pretty much 7:50 right now. I'm gonna head out and get eaten. It'll probably take me a few minutes to turn everything off here. By the time I get out there, the food should be just about ready. So for next week, I'm thinking, unless Peter or someone sends me a great story, I'm kind of leaning towards doing a midweek live stream. And again, my goal is when I do them to try to do them at a time that's different, than this time, like don't start them at 6 o'clock Pacific, maybe come on earlier. So I'll see if I can attract some people where this time sucks. They're working, they're asleep, different part of the world and stuff. So we'll see. But I want to thank you all for being here. Thanks for Uncle and Peter for moderating and just chilling. There's no moderating tonight, huh? It was a super chill, as someone said. Super chill live stream tonight for sure. So that's good. I'll take it today. And thanks for the super chat tips from Late Model and AJ. Thanks so much. And we will put the super chats to good use. We will, sometime this week, hopefully go out to maybe check, or this time or the next week or two, check out that other vegan Italian restaurant. So we'll just put the money aside for that. And thanks for helping us to experience some nice little pleasures in life. Appreciate that. Yeah, it's fun, chill stream tonight. very appreciative of you guys spending your Friday nights or Saturday mornings, in like VLAM's case, with me. And appreciate some people like Allison just like hanging out as they're cooking, just listening and all. So cool. All good. Whatever you got to do to just chill and hang with us, all cool. So yeah, hopefully next week I'll be more lively and stuff. I'll go to the gym, be all fired up. It's kind of ironic, huh? I'm kind of more tired from not exercising today. Strange. I think I'm just kind of chill from just being in here working so hard for 6 days in a row. All right, guys. So yeah, thanks. Yeah, I think I said everything I need to say to you guys. So I'm going to go and eat and join back with my wife tonight. So much love to y'all. I'll see you next week. Remember, it doesn't suck being vegan. Bye, everyone.